I'm presenting to you my speech number 2 for Dana DeSoto, my speech communication class. Handing over to you is part of my audience, my daughter, who's my camera crew today, as well as my other participants. So, my name is Michele, as I've already stated, and I'm presenting you with one of the various ways I express myself artistically. Generally, I enjoy writing as a primary outlet, but I felt that it might be a little bit more entertaining to look at a photo album with cakes than reading about my general disdain for humanity. So, I'm going to show you a few of my cakes here, and Ella's going to get close so you can look. These are a few of them, and then I'll hand it around shortly so that my audience can take a peek at everything a little bit more close up.
I already passed though.
Everything on these is all made by hand other than the pillars. Everything is made from sugar. Everything's perfectly edible. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it around now, starting with Anu, and I'll talk to you about how this started. So I've always baked as long as I can remember. My father was a chef. I think it runs in my blood. My mom makes phenomenal bread. And it wasn't until that I was forced to stop working due to a temperamental pregnancy that I started to really explore what the art behind cake making was. So I spent many hours in Walmart reading magazine after magazine and watching YouTube at home and other art professionals on TV making these amazing cakes that everybody watches people make now all the time. So it wasn't long after that I started really trying to do it myself. Kiala, stop.
One more, I have it.
And I realized that the humidity here in Hawaii was really working against me in terms of the fondant and the sugar paste that I use to make the flowers. So a lot of the cakes you see have an exterior that's very smooth and shiny. That's the fondant, and that was especially hard to learn how to utilize here. I had to come up with my own recipe using marshmallows so it would hold up to the climate here. But I figured it out, and people started asking me to make them for special occasions. So I do wedding cakes and birthdays and baby luau's and all kinds of things for people. Until I realized that I was fairly ill-equipped, and it was due to a horrific incident that happened one wedding cake delivery day. As I had placed my 3-tier wedding cake that was adorned with 7,000,000 flowers and piping up the wazoo, I put it in the back of my van, started driving up the road, and the person in front of me slammed on their brakes, which sent my cake crumbling into 1,000 bits in the back of my car. So I was really very upset by that. I sat and cried, and it was horrible. It was horrible to have to talk to the bride and groom about this. So I essentially went home and let the neighborhood children eat it out of the back of my car, which was extremely painful to witness. So it was then that I decided there was not going to be any more cake deliveries until I had the proper equipment. Other than a few cakes that I make now intermittently for my family, one of which I don't have a picture of unfortunately right now, would be my most recent cake from my youngest sister who got married. And I will only do that if someone begs. So if you're very special, I'll go ahead and try and deliver a cake for you. Otherwise, I will just write about my cake deliveries gone bad, because that, again, as I stated earlier, is my primary artistic outlet. But those are my cakes. This is my family. Thank you very much for watching. Adios.